Hello guys, this is Mr. Surplus Nut here, bringing another part of this series on reloading precision ammunition for rifles. And right now we are at the point where we're going to be getting the cases and filling them up with powder, and also seating the bullet. They all have been primered. I put the primers on all the cases and they're ready to go, ready to receive the powder and then to actually reload them by seating the bullet. I'm getting at the point now where I have to use my Reddings competition seating die. So one of the things that I do before I get into this part of the seating the bullet is that normally from the last time that I used the die, I take it all apart, I clean it, and I lubricate it. And I stored it away. Now that I take it out to use it, what I do is take it all apart again and clean it, okay, because all that, normally what I use Hopies to clean it, and also once I'm done with the dye, I clean it again and I lube it up with Hopies 9 and I put it away. Now what I use to actually put it back together after I clean it, before I start using it to seat the bullet, I lubricate it with something different, with this Hopies 9 oil, which is very good. I use this on my guns, also my rifles, surplus rifles, and this is what once a while I pull them all out and I get either a Q-tip or a little piece of rag, and I get it really wet with this stuff and I rub it all over the metal. You don't want to keep those guns stored in your safe or wherever with nothing on the metal. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to take this die apart. I'm going to clean it, okay, with the Hopies, dry it, and then I'm going to use this to put a light film of oil all over the moving parts inside the die. And then I'm going to start using it to seat my bullets. When I'm done, I'll clean it and I'll lube it up again with Hopies 9, and I'll store it away. I'll put it away. Okay, so right now we're going to go ahead and get the, we're going to take the die apart. Okay, so this is the Reddings competition seater. It's got a micrometer on top that it lets you seat your bullets very precise. So what we do is we take the top off. You don't want to unscrew this part of the micrometer. It's got like a little round nut down here, and that's what you take apart. It's very simple. It unscrews. Okay, so we're going to take it apart there. Take it apart there. You gotta be a little bit careful. It's spring loaded. So you're gonna take the micrometer completely off and you're gonna set it aside. Okay, then you're gonna take your spring. It's gonna actually come out with the whole guts of the die. And that's it, the two parts. And then you're gonna see that it's hollow inside. So you're gonna set the actual body of the die right here, and then this, you take the spring off, and then you take your seater off, and this is the whole die, the Reddings competition seating die, taken apart. Okay, just so you guys can see it. Get the camera over there. Okay, so it actually, you got the body, okay, your internal part of the die, then you have your seeder and your spring and your micrometer. So what we want to do, we want to get a rag and get this part of the die. See how that's right there, the hole piece, believe it or not, from, even though it keeps it from getting, it's protecting it from rust, but for whatever reason, when it sits for a while, it turns like into this kind of like yellowish color. So you don't want to start using your die like this. You want to completely get all that stuff off of it, like wipe it down, clean it. Okay, you want to clean it. Let's go back a little bit. You want to clean it really good. Okay, it's nice and clean now. You want to get also your seeder on the outside and clean that. And that's all you have to do for now as far as these two parts. Then we go ahead and get a Q-tip, some hole piece 9, and what I do is I just kind of like tilt it right on the Q-tip. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the seeder, just going on the outside. Okay, then I'm gonna stick the Q-tip inside a little opening where the actual bullet tip goes into, and this is what seats the bullet in the case. Because normally what I do also, I get a little bit of the Reddings sizing die wax, and I dab it in there a little bit with the Q-tip, just so that make sure doesn't want to stick to the bullet tip. So you want to get your Q-tip in case there's any of that old sizing wax from Reddings in there, and clean it really good in there. Okay, you want to clean that out, the outside. Believe it or not, look at the tip of the Q-tip. It's a little bit dirty. So okay, so this part is clean. I'm gonna go ahead and wet this a little more. Okay, and now we're gonna do the internal part, especially where the seeder sits inside. Okay, you want to clean that really good. And also on the other side. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. See how dirty it came out. And believe it or not, I left some of that hole piece inside there. Okay, so you want to get that nice and clean. Okay, and then I'm going to use the other side of the dry Q-tip to just dry everything inside. This is just so everything could, once you put that hole piece 9 oil, it works really smooth. It works like a charm, this die. Okay, so that's that. And I use the dry part also to clean in here. Okay, and then we're gonna just go ahead and get another Q-tip, a new one, wet it up again. All these little things, believe it or not, it might seem like, oh my god, what a waste of time. No, it all matters, man. As you're seating your bullets, you want to make sure that the internals of this die, they're working real smooth. There's nothing that's gonna make it skip or you know, not slide properly inside. So all this inside is already, look at this. It looks like a freaking, somebody pulled it out of their ears that haven't cleaned their ears for months. Okay, so you do that. Okay, and the micrometer and the spring, you really don't touch it. I really leave it alone, because this is, you never want to take this micrometer apart. Even though you can, if you back this up all the way holding this side, it's going to come apart on you. You don't want to do that. Okay, you're probably going to have to end up sending it back to Reddings maybe so they can put it together for you. I don't know, I've never taken one of these apart. So you leave that alone. So right now, it's going to get the other side and dry everything in here. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's the other side. This was the dirty side of the Q-tip, and now this is the other side. That might be the other ears of that other person. Okay, just a little bit of sense of humor, guys. Okay, so now it's all nice and clean. So we're gonna go ahead and get the Hopi's 9 oil, which is really good stuff. I can't be without this thing. And wet the tip of that, let the cotton absorb it a little bit, and then we're gonna start off by doing our cedar. Okay. And this oil is very, the viscosity of it is really thick and nice. It stays on there quite well. So it's all outside. Now I don't want to lay it down because so I'm gonna stand it. Okay, same thing with this. I'm gonna go ahead and right where the cedar is gonna slide in there, on this piece you're gonna have a thicker and a smaller end. So you want to go ahead and put it in there. Okay. The outside. Okay, lube it real good. Then this is wet enough. So I'm going to do the internal part of the dye. Alright, that should be good right there. So now we're going to put it back together. You're going to get this piece and put the cedar inside. Okay. I'm going to put this right in here. Right there. Put the spring back in. And then we're going to screw on the micrometer part. So now this dye is going to be kind of like ready to go. And that's it. That's how you do it. Now after you're done reloading, seating your bullets, you want to take it apart, clean it, put some Hopi's on it, and put it away. And next time you reload, you do the same thing. That's how you take care of your dyes. Alright guys, so I'll catch you guys on the other video when we start actually putting the powder in the cases and seating those bullets. Take it easy.